Hello from London, language learners! Well, it's the end of the first week of enforced home working for me here at How to Get Fluent Towers. And I thought, because it's been on my mind, what we could talk about today was the physical spaces in which we actually do not only our day jobs, but more to the point for this channel, our language learning. Yes, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Dr. Gareth Popkins. Here we talk about language learning in all its forms, and you can get my free Language Learner Pro video training by following the link underneath this video. Now, if you are a regular on the channel, you recognise this space as my study, where I do shoot a lot of my videos. And normally you see the bookshelves, the language bookshelves behind me. Another idea, something I would like to do on the channel, is a bit of a bookshelf tour now and again of some of my many language books. Do you think that might be a good idea? Let me know. Now, at this side, you see this less often. This is the workstation where I actually do most of my language learning, and I write my blog posts here too. I really like this study. I associate this space with language learning, with working seriously, and so it helps me to focus and enter in the zone. And whenever I'm doing focus study here in the house, it's always been at this spot. You'll see here I've got my Japanese from Zero here and the Asimil book out there too. I've also got this cheap standing desk contraption, which I did do a video on about a year ago, which enables me to stand some of the time I'm actually at the desk, because I do spend an awful lot of time here. And so from the ergonomic perspective, I think a bit of thought about how to get that right is always going to pay off. Now, still, when I'm working at this level, okay, I'm standing up, but my head is cricked down. So sometimes I have the computer raised up on a few boxes to get things back at square, and use this detachable keyboard as well, which I then put here, so that I've got a right angle arrangement going on with my arms as well. Otherwise I'm crunched up over the computer all the time, and I really do notice that that creates pain at the back of my neck. My chair here has never been ideal, actually. It's just, actually, it's a garden chair on which I've put these cushions. So I finally, this week, ordered a new proper office chair, which is one with a lot of support and which you can actually sit on, according to the manufacturers, 24 hours a day. Not that I would ever want to do that. It's one of the things that's been on my to-do list for ages, and that this current crisis has actually forced me to sort out, because I'm going to be spending even more time sitting here, because I won't be going to the office for the 4 days a week that I do normally go in. I wonder whether there are things that you've actually finally got to grips with now in your life because of the crisis that you've been putting off. That'll be one of the side effects, I think, for a lot of us in all sorts of ways. So the first thing I'm wondering from you is, do you have a regular place where you always do your language study? And what is it that you like about that place? Why is it sort of the ideal place for you to study your languages? Of course, it could be somewhere else from your home. It could be a cafe that you like to go to, somewhere you may find you're not able to visit at the moment. Certainly in London, we've had an announcement this afternoon on Friday that the Prime Minister has ordered all cafes and restaurants to close down. So you may well find that you're not able to go out, or even if you are, the place where you usually go with your language books is no longer available to you. Maybe that's the local library as well. How are you adapting to the situation, and why did you actually like the place that you used to go to? Things that I like about this room are that it's quiet, I don't get distractions, there's a great view here outside as well, and I've got all my books, of course, and materials to hand. So it's a great place to work. There's just one hitch, and that is that the internet here at the back of the house is not as good as at the front of the house. And that's really become a problem this week. The net has been particularly bad. I think that might be due to increased usage. And so I've had to actually set up a second workstation at the front of the house near the router. And that's in the living room. So we'll now move from the study into the living room, and I'll show you my new temporary workstation here at the front of the house. These are the stairs. I sometimes shoot videos from there, you might have seen. And this is the living room. And here is my temporary desk. I was lucky that I have a second desk that I was able to bring up out of the cellar to set up here with the printer, the computer, and yeah, to set up shop in the living room. That's working really well at the moment. I'm actually enjoying having a change of space. It's actually really bright and light here, airy, there's a slightly different feel. So that's enabling me to vary things a little bit here. I'm still here sitting on a sort of stool contraption, which is not ideal. But when the new chair arrives, I've ordered a new chair, as I said, that will change as well. So this is my new place, and this has been quite an innovation for me and something I've enjoyed this week and no doubt going forward. Now, you of course may not have so much space, or you may find that there's been more disruption to your work and study space. If you've got a partner now who's at home more, the children at home, perhaps there may be more distractions. Is there any new frustration or challenge or rearrangement that you're making for better or worse in the physical spaces that you have at home for your language learning? Does it actually matter at all? Are you the sort of person who can just open a book anywhere, get your head into it, and get straight down to it? Let me know in the comments below then about your experiences with study spaces, normally and in the current strange and changed circumstances. Now, I did say in the last video that I wanted to talk about the way the channel is going to be going in the coming months, and I've decided though to do something on that next week. I want to think a little bit more over the weekend about that, so that's one that will be coming up next week. That was it though for today. I do hope to hear about your experiences, and I wish you well. As always, if you haven't yet already subscribed to The Vibe, please do. Maybe think about a thumbs up, tickle this bell, and share the affair. Stay safe and see you next time. Bye!